self-discovery stuff, the more of myself I find, the more I try and let go of the things around me, the more I'm actually becoming. And these little videos, these micro adventures are just a fantastic example of what can happen when you let go of things, when you stop trying to know and instead try to discover, try to get out of your own way, try to create something that you just wouldn't normally be able to. And this getting out your own way, I mean, it's real deep, isn't it? This idea of you're in your own way and stopping yourself from being you. But that's what self-discovery is about, somehow navigating who you are and changing that. And in today's mini adventure, we're again off somewhere in the UK, somewhere I've never actually been before, somewhere that seems like it could be interesting. Am I going to find a new part of myself? Am I going to be able to reconcile with something? Am I going to do something different today? I don't know. But isn't that what an adventure is all about? Exploring the unknown, letting go of control, seeing what you might find on the other side. Let's go. It looks like we're approaching our destination. The first point of call is some parking somewhere. Welcome to the city of Canterbury, where we're going to explore these lands with different eyes and just see how we get on today. And my first impressions of this place, it is absolutely stunning. It's quiet, down by the river. It's absolutely beautiful. Very different to where I live. If I'm going to move somewhere, maybe I'll move here, I don't know. It's so relaxed, it's so quiet, it's so peaceful. Really nice, really nice. There's people going up and down this river on a little boat, the man pushing it along. God, it's nice. I've never been here before. It's just like an hour and 20 from where I live, and honestly I'm kind of blown away. It's really impressive. And I guess if I had to compare it somewhere, I would compare it to Chichester down on the south coast, because they're both cathedral cities. I'm going to head to the cathedral in a minute, but it's absolutely stunning. And then just as I finished filming that last video, half a dozen guys, a bit younger than me maybe, walked past me with beers and alcohol, and not somebody I'd want to engage with. I almost didn't want to film them because I didn't want to get beaten up or something. My stuff taken. That's a huge assumption, I could be completely wrong, but that's this kind of idea, isn't it, of seeing things differently, how you perceive things and how you enjoy the world around you, which can become very, very different. And what I mean by that is I was somebody that could only engage with people who were just like me. I didn't really understand that people were different and would enjoy the world differently with this idea, and I couldn't really build relationships with people who weren't just like me, which was very stressful, and I didn't understand. That's the worst part of it all. I had this huge blind spot to relationships, friendships, professional and otherwise. And yeah, just seeing that just kind of brought me back to how I once was. It's amazing what self-work and sorting yourself out can actually do. Alcohol controlled area, not sure if it is. So I made it onto the high street, and this place is pretty beautiful. The buildings are stunning. There's such a mix of new and olds. I highly recommend coming here. And as I'm here making this video, I can feel myself struggling to express what I want to express and to get my emotions out, to really take this place in. I feel this kind of barrier up around myself, I guess because I'm somewhere new, doing something that's still slightly outside my comfort zone. The buildings are stunning, it's beautiful. So I made it all the way to the end of the town centre, and I'm approached by what I assume is a local resident, this guy called Keith. He starts telling me about the history of the place, where to go, what to do, seeing the cathedral, and we walked down the high street together, and we kind of taking it all in. And he tells me about the history of the place and things to keep my eye out for and where to go. And he was really proud. He's been living here for 39 years, telling me about the city, and he loved it. Like, he really loved it. He didn't seem bored. He didn't seem fed up of what he was looking at. He had nothing but good things to say about the place, and just positive energy. So I've just picked up my ticket for the cathedral. Got about half an hour to kill before I can go in. I'm just walking down this street, kind of off from the entrance. It's absolutely stunning. Okay, something going on over here. Okay, so I've obviously entered like the new part of Canterbury. These buildings look about 10 years old. It's very different, stark contrast. Okay, so where I am now is obviously the other side of Canterbury, the stuff you don't see in the brochures and stuff. So as I walk back across 8 Mile Road, it must be time for my cathedral tour now. So I made it to one of the major tourist things to come and see. And as I walk in front of this amazing cathedral, I can't help but shake off what I've just seen the other side of 8 Mile Road. Kind of, I don't know, it brings things down a bit. It kind of confuses me how to interpret this and what to take away. Because if you want to discover yourself, you have to understand yourself. You have to reconcile with who you are, the good points, the bad points, the parts you don't see, and somehow alleviate that into your conscious realm, into who you are. It's very difficult to put this stark contrast into a simple sentence. Okay, I made it inside the cathedral. I'm gonna have to whisper. This place is monumental. As I tried to come to some kind of resolution, I brought myself back to where I started this morning, trying to somehow communicate how different things can be. How do you go between that stark contrast of speaking to Keith this morning and how excited and how much she loved the city, to seeing another side of that city? How do you communicate that difference in a way that really sits with who you are, sits with your own emotions, so you question your reality enough, so you can move through who you are and change who you are. The world in front of you and the world around you can become very, very different. Almost like you're living in a different version of reality. That's what psychological change can do for you. But you can never understand a city this large in half a day and seeing only a small part of it. But what today has brought is just more than I could have possibly imagined for this idea of knowing yourself, self-discovery, becoming what you can be, how to reconcile differences inside of who you are based on really what you see and who you are. I don't know where this is going to take me, but I cannot wait for the rest of the journey to unfold. I can't help think somewhere along the line we've lost something.